Hey, how's it going? I am back to open up this pack of 2022-23 Donruss Basketball. It's a little bit cooler in here. Not a whole lot, but a little bit. But we're going to get this done, and then I'm going to retire to the bedroom, I think. I have no idea like who the big rookies were for the previous season. So, as always, if you know, or if you just see a card that you think, you know, a cool card or a player, maybe I should definitely hold on to. By all means, comment down below. Let me know. I don't really know what order of what's what here, so we'll just go. Hopefully, like the better stuff's like maybe in the middle. We'll find out. Okay, we got rookies here at the back. So maybe I should flip them over and we'll do the base first. All right, we've got Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Pat Connaughton, Cam Reddish, Kyle Lowry, I think I've heard of him, Zach LaVine, Corey Kispert, Kevin Durant, I've definitely heard of him, DeAndre Hunter, DeAnthony Melton, Wendell Carter Jr., Evan Mobley, heard of him, Bones Highland, I've heard of him just because it's a very unique name. Alright, now we're getting into some that are flipped the other direction, so these might be like the big hits. We have got a Sunburst or Starburst, whatever, green. Doesn't look as though it's numbered. But we have a Jai Crowder. So that's pretty nice. We'll put that off to the side. Next we have a Bomb Squad insert for Jason Tatum. Next, we have a franchise features insert, Darren Fox. Not sure whether it's really pronounced like De'Aaron or if it's just Darren. Alright, now we're getting back into some just base. Got Malik Monk, Joe Ingles, Dylan Brooks, Rudy Gay, that yellow kind of threw me off a little bit. That's the first time we had a yellow one. That's just, I think, one of the team colors. So. We got Jacob Poltl? Maybe? Wild guess. Poeltl. Poltl? Sounds good to me. Next we have an Anthony Davis. Heard of him. We've got a Luke Kennard, Reggie Bullock, Harrison Barnes, Jaren Jackson Jr., Jai Crowder, Devin Vassell, and now we've got, looks like we have 3 rookie cards. We have Kenneth Lofton Jr. I think that's a fairly decent one. I have heard his name mentioned quite a bit. David Roddy. Don't really know much about him. And the last one is Josh Minott. And I have heard his name. Not quite as much as the Kenneth Lofton Jr. But, all right. You know, for $5, I mean, the 3 rookie cards, those would be you know, those will be ones that I'll have to look and see, you know, have these guys really started to make a name for themselves, and you know, for just basically this just being their 2nd year, right? The Bomb Squad, I don't know how desirable the Bomb Squad cards are, inserts. I know it's what the downtown ones is the one in Donruss that are really normally hard to hit. I don't know about Bomb Squad inserts, how, you know, how they are, like how often do you hit those in, say, you know, how many packs does it only take for you to hit one of those as an insert? And then of course the green sunburst, starburst, whatever you want to call it. That's probably, you know, the best one out of the pack. But overall, for $5, I mean, you can't really go wrong. I mean, and it's fun. It's fun just, you know, even though I don't know most of the players, it's still fun to just you know, to crack something open and see what I get. All the base cards I'll just throw in, and like I said, if people, you know, if people buy stuff from me, or, you know, some of these players might, depending on how Funko goes, some of these players might get to where, you know, they have their own Funko Pop, and then I might end up getting one of those in a mystery box. And if I do and I sell it, then if I have their card, I'll just throw their card in with the Funko Pop. But that's a lot of ifs. I really don't know. Funko, I think, is not, it's not as prevalent in people's minds as it once was. It's not as sought after. I'm sure there are still a lot of collectors out there that still look for the new stuff that's coming out, and, you know, are still looking for old stuff that, you know, is hard to get your hands on and stuff. So I think there's always going to be a market for Funko. But just overall, I've seen it really kind of tank as to what it once was. But, you know, it could be just a dip. You know, it could be a dip. It might fall off for a little while, and the prices on Funko Pops and stuff the value might come down for a little bit, and then you can see a resurgence, much like we do with most other collectibles. I mean, you look at comics. You know, comics really, I mean, when they first came out, a long time ago, we're talking, what, probably like the 1920s, 1930s, somewhere in there, where comic books started coming out. But even then, those weren't like really any of the characters that you associate with comic books today. And then they kind of went up, and then they kind of plateaued, I want to say, up through probably the, I don't know, 70s, somewhere in there, 70s, early 80s, and then I think they kind of dipped a little bit, and then I want to say through the 90s when you had you know, especially when you had like Todd McFarlane and, you know, a lot of the Rob Liefeld and, you know, all the guys from that you know, at one time worked for Marvel and had worked on some DC titles, so they kind of went their own route, and they made Image Comics, and then you've seen kind of this boom of these other comic companies that were, I mean, this really just my opinion. Some people would probably disagree with me. Some people, I would imagine, probably would agree with me. But I think, a lot of those artists that came out with Image and what are some others, like Valiant to a certain degree, Dark Horse, because I'm pretty sure when Dark Horse first came out, it was kind of its own thing. And there's another one I was trying to think of. I can't think of I want to say the Witchblade comics. And like Evil Ernie and Lady Death. I can't remember what brand of comic those were. I got some upstairs. I should probably, I'll look sometime. But I'll be like, oh yeah, why didn't I think of it? But yeah, I mean, just the level of detail and the illustration in those, but in particular, like, the image titles. I think it kind of, I don't want to say maybe set the bar, but it raised the bar a little bit for comics. So you've seen a big not uproar, but really gained popularity when that stuff, like, especially like when Spawn came out. And Spawn's been one of those titles, I think, that's maintained its popularity throughout the ups and downs of the comic industry. And then they kind of fell off again. And now I think you're seeing a slight resurgence in comics. Vinyl records, there's one, a kind of a blast from the past. At one time, vinyl records were the thing. That's what you had. If you wanted music, that's what you got it on, was vinyl records. And then you had cassette tapes. And you had 8-track tapes, but most people don't remember those. Of course, then CDs came along, and that was kind of when the vinyl kind of just went the way of the dinosaur, if you will. And now, all of a sudden, vinyl records are the next big thing again. I myself occasionally buy a vinyl record, because there's just something about that sound that you get from a vinyl record. That little bit of static and that little, occasional like tick and stuff like that. Now, granted, a lot of the vinyl records that are put out today, they still have that kind of nuance, if you will, of vinyl, but I mean, they're better quality than what they were, back in the 1960s and 70s. But you look at any collectible in general, and you'll find most of them, hills and valleys of people wanting them. They have high points and then they have low points. Cards are the same way. But like I said, getting back to the small point that I made. These cheaper packs, especially when you get them for $4 or $5, I mean, you can't go wrong. I mean, you're most likely you're going to get your money back. Either if you're a collector, you're going to get your money back because you're going to find enough in that pack that you want to keep for your own collection. Or if you're just a straight reseller, just within the inserts and the few, the one or two hits that you might pull out of the pack, you can make your $5 back and probably turn a couple bucks on top of that. Or if you're somebody like me that collects and resells, then it's kind of a win-win. But anyway, I'm rambling. I do that from occasion. Y'all know that. But, hey, if you enjoyed the video, give me a thumbs up. I greatly appreciate it. Subscribe, hit that notification bell. I'm going to try to hear maybe sometime soon, maybe buy something different. We'll see. I have no idea what it'll be, but when I know, you'll know, because I'll do a video. If you're subscribed, then you'll really know. All right. As always, look out for yourself and everyone around you so you have much better shape, staying safe and healthy. And until the next time, see ya.